Hello, welcome to the new vlog. I had 2 biopsies taken yesterday and I'm feeling very sorry for myself today, so we're gonna go to a bookstore and I'm gonna buy books that I don't need but want, so come with me. Hello, it is I from the future. Hope you're well, coming to you with a little ad break just before we continue. Hello, Zeus. And today's sponsor is the Book of the Month. You have likely heard me talk about them because I've worked with them before, but if you're new and you haven't, Book of the Month is a book subscription box based in US, so if you also live in US, they do ship to you. They vet a lot of books and select 5 for you to choose from, hopefully saving you on research time, and you then get to choose one from those 5 to be delivered right to your door. There's also an add-on feature, so if you want to get something from their store from other books, you can also order that at the same time. There's also a useful skip policy, so if you ever want to skip a month, you can do so very easily. If you want to get an idea of what the selection usually looks like, let's look into the January one. We have Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. That is a romance, a thriller mystery book called Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. Fiona and Jane by Jean Chen Ho, contemporary short story collection. A historical fiction called Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. And another historical fiction called The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. And they also sent me a book from their add-on section that is The Maid by Nita Prose, which is a mystery thriller. But if you would like to give them a go, this will be linked in the description bar. You can use the code bookroast to get your first book for $9.99. Thank you so much to Book of the Month for working with me again and supporting this channel. And back to the usual program. Has gone back to work. I'm off today, so I thought I will show you what we got. So we actually ended up getting more like board games rather than books, but I did get a couple. I also got this wrapping paper because it literally looks like me. Then the next thing that we got is super exciting because we like to play the Dungeon Mayhem game, me and Logan. I don't want to say it gets old because we do really love it, but this is like a D&D roleplay game. I've never really heard of it. We don't know if it's gonna be any good. I'm really hoping it's gonna be good, but we don't know for sure, but I'm really excited about that. Then we also got an expansion pack for Cards Against Humanity, and that one is called Absurd Box. So that's promising. I mean, as if it's not normally absurd. But the last game is a gift for our friends and it's called Go Throw Avocado. This is by the same people that made Exploding Kittens. So it's like a nonsensical game, which we love. So I don't know how you play it, but you throw avocado at one point. That's all I need to know. And then for the books, I literally only got 2. I got the Sally Rooney book. I've never read anything by Sally Rooney, so I have no idea if the author is for me or not, but it was £2 off. So I thought, you know what, I can try. I'm kind of in a contemporary mood after all of the high fantasy that I finished, so. But then I also got this Waterstones signed exclusive edition. Signed. And it's kind of like a hardcover-y thingy, which is really cool. But this is The Extraordinaries by V.E. Schwab, like a graphic novel. I'm so excited. I don't know, though, if I need to have read the second book of Vicious, because I have not done that. I'll just ask Jade. The main thing I was kind of looking for was the Uzumaki physical form, but I think it's just not meant to be. I'm gonna read that on my Kindle, which is fine. Reading update. So my current read is in a Holidaze. I'm actually really far into it now. I've only started, I think I read 10 chapters before today, and then everything else I read today. I'm on 84%. I'm reading it on Kindle, so I'm not quite sure what page that is because it doesn't say for some reason. And it's kind of a pitch like a Groundhog Day, when a girl goes to this cabin that she's been with her family and family's friends, and like grew up with these kids her age. One is literally her age and the other one is like a couple of years older, and the one that is a couple of years older, she had like the massive crush for forever. But the one that's close to her age, everyone kind of paired them together, and she drunkenly kisses the younger one, and then things don't really seem right, and then she gets into a car accident. And then they get told that the cabin's actually getting sold next year, which is like the biggest tradition. It was like a very big deal, so she gets really upset. Everyone gets a bit upset. On the way back, they get hit by a car, and she wakes up on the plane on the way to the cabin again. And we'll repeat and repeat and repeat. I thought there was gonna be more like back and forth, but actually after, like, it's definitely not the point of the story. And at this point, if we'd gone back, it would be too tedious to like get to the point where we are. So I get it. At first I was a little bit like, okay, this is very much like rich girl first world problems. But then I realized that's the point. This is not, I think it's coming from like someone who reads, you know, a lot of fantasy, where the issues are of like a world scale and inequality and all of these like political intrigues and corruption and like literally life and death things. But this is a holiday read. This is a contemporary romance holiday read. It's not supposed to be deep. It's supposed to be pretty chill, all things considered. So once I understood I'm being a dummy, like it's me, I started really enjoying it. It's really, really fun. I enjoy a good romance. I enjoy just having that kind of back and forth where you don't need to think too much, and you're just kind of enjoying the ride. I am at that point, you know, at like 75% where every time you get something bad happening. And the thing with me, with romance, that is my least favorite part. Like, I know things need to be bad so the good is better or whatever. To me, that doesn't really work. I like when things are just good when romance is concerned, but I understand that's a thing all the time. But I'm actually really enjoying it. It's like nice and fluffy. It made me feel all fuzzy inside. It's fun, and the conflict that they had was like a little bit, I wish it wasn't the way that it is, but I can't really say because obviously it's a spoiler. And the Groundhog Day is like an interesting choice. Like, it doesn't play as much of a role, yet it does in the side of things that you wouldn't expect, because she like tells people, and I'm like, on what world? What world? But people, you know, like, so that's a little bit like icky for me, or like not icky, iffy is the word. But I think I'm gonna finish it today. I'm having just like really a fun time. Like, it's so easy to read and it's really, really fun. So and every time I read something like that, I'm like, okay, I need to read more of this, because I just fly through them, and it's fun. It's fun to have this kind of like inertia sometimes. Obviously it's not about the speed of reading, but sometimes it's just fun to just go through a story without having to commit half a month for it. Coasting along a very nice and easy 3-star so far, but with the high score in enjoyment category, and that's, you know, a deal I will take. It's like after midnight. I did finish it. I don't like when they do that at the end. I don't want to say, because obviously like it's literally at the end of the book, but they had this whole like 6 months later bit, and then something happened, and it's just like, it's just 6 months later. Like, that's not a lot of time. Very personal preference. I just don't like it. It was really fun. It's probably gonna be like 3 stars though. I'm really excited to start the Love Hypothesis though. I think that's gonna be my next one. I'm starting with like the easier reads, and I'm just gonna have some chill time, I think is what my plan is. But I can't believe they've done that at the end. Like, it would have just been so much better if they just skipped that, in my opinion. I don't know, it was just a bit overkill. A little bit. Oh my god. To explain this, I think a parcel arrived. Sorry, it's really early in the morning, and I waited for the morning. I believe this is the parcel from my friend Allison, who is beyond talented, and she sent me a book. She like literally made a book, but not just any book. She made it for the Aurelium. Wow, this is as good as it'll get. But I have it here, and I've already seen like photos and videos. But I thought that she was just making it for herself, and then she was like, this is for you, and I'm like, she made me stickers too. This is amazing, because, well, I think she made them. Pretty sure. Yeah, she did, because I can see the cabbages and I for sure know she made the cabbages. That is so cool. This is relevant because we are in a coven. And then we have these. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. Dude, you better open up a store soon. Look at that. All of the golden goodies. I love it. Then we have a big ass letter. I've not had like a pop-up paper thing since I was a kid. This is really sweet. Look at this. Part of me, very small part of me, the insignificant part of me wants to just put this under the tree because it would look so pretty. I gotta open it. Oh my god. This is so beautiful. Okay. You guys are not ready. Hold on to your fucking seats. Look at this. Look at this. This is the coolest fucking thing ever. We have these corners. This is all like raised. We have like a spine looking thing. More corners. These are, but then look at the way it's bound. It's like proper. And then we have a ribbon. And then we have our map. And then we have the brief history. Oh my god. It's like literally in a book. Not gonna cry. The perfectest thing I have ever received. Thank you so much. I don't even know. Like, thank you doesn't really seem to cover it. So I am now in your servitude, I guess. I will treasure it forever. Some days the urge to quit everything, run away to, I don't know, live in the highlands or something, is very, very high. The light here is so dramatic, I swear. I wanted to let you know that I have started the love hypothesis yesterday, 50 pages in. So, not a lot, but a little bit in. What's the total? 350. Okay, so just a little bit. And my plan for the evening now, well, for the remaining of the evening is actually, it's almost 10 o'clock. I thought it was like 8. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm just readjusting mentally, but okay. I see. The remaining of my evening is to read this and see how I like it. So far, so the book overall is about a girl that goes for a PhD interview and then puts in expired contacts into her eyes and then blurrily sees a person that obviously is gonna be our love interest later on. That basically helps her convince her that that is the right path, like walks her through her processing and whatever. And then later on, she, like, we fast forward like 3 years or something, she's already there, and the guy is a professor. She doesn't realize that it's him when she randomly asks someone if she can quickly kiss them because she's pretending that she has a date for her friend. So her friend feels comfortable enough to go out with the guy that she's not really interested in, but is technically her ex. Anyway, so a little bit messy, and I don't know how she doesn't realize who she's kissing. I don't know. But it's him. One thing leads to another, basically. As you know, probably, this is a book of fake dating. That's the trope we're working on. So obviously they start fake dating. I'm literally at that point where they both kind of agreed to go ahead with this ploy because they both have reasons. Like, this part so far is very far from what I think could ever happen. But you know, that's where I'm at. I'm not really into it yet. I normally need to know a little bit more about the love interest before I get into it, basically. And I do think it probably took me like just a little bit more to get into the Holidaze. I did get, like, the middle part of the Holidaze was my absolute favorite. I was really vibing at that point, and so I'm hoping, because everyone speaks so highly of this, so that's a bit scary, but let us continue. Hello, update. I have finished this. My voice is gone, I don't know. but I finished this. I'm just making some food while I update you, but which is a little, actually that's a little bit generous for what I'm doing, which is literally chopping banana on top of yogurt. So it's my yogurt of choice, if anyone's wondering. An interesting thing happened where I actually think I had more, and this is how we're gonna rate romance on this channel, I had more butterflies, I had more tingly feelings while reading in the Holidaze, which is weird, right? Almost, I think, objectively, very much subjectively. I think that this one is just written like it's a more like a full package. You know, as I said, it's like women in STEM, it's academic setting, more focused around friends and support and racism and sexism and a lot of those kind of things. And I think everything was going fine, but I didn't buy into the relationship as much. It does kind of get clearer later on why it's happened the way that it's happened. If you're satisfied with that, is entirely up to you. I don't really feel one way or the other, which I think was kind of the issue. But the main thing that I really wanted is, you know, after like everybody is clear on who's feeling what about who, and you know, there's no more kind of miscommunication and everything's laid out on the table. Actually, the laying down on the table, not physically, not literally, sadly. Basically, they kind of understood where each of them are, and then something happened, and then we are awaiting this like thing where they're going to talk with each other about it. And instead of that, we are going for dinner with someone, so they're not alone. I really didn't care about that part. I really wanted them to sit down with one another and do that communication thing, and I wanted more after. I feel like we stopped really like on the edge. Well, like everything got good and we just stopped. And I don't know, maybe I'm a boring person, but I would like a little bit of like, oh, and everything was good and let's see how nice it is now. Like, give me the reward. I feel like we did the struggle and then we just got like a tiny taste of reward. And I would like to have more, you know? Other than that, it was good. I think I wanted a bit more. I wasn't as invested in this relationship. I was actually more invested in the Holidaze relationship, which is interesting. But overall, this is a more rounded up book with more like pieces and stuff in it. So it's less just about them kind of, I guess. I will say that as the 75% conflict thing goes, I thought this one was not too bad because normally they're quite frustrating. This one I could kind of see where she's coming from. And there was no like childish kicking up a fuss. Like everyone was kind of civil with each other and I really liked that. It was less stressful than the alternative. I don't know though, still I was expecting a little bit more. I am still in search of, not perfect, but a favorite of romances. I mean, I really like the Chloe Brown one. We went and watched The Witcher new season and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I really can't say anything because it's kind of spoilery. It's season 2. I will say that I think it was like close, which I didn't think I would ever say, but it was close to over-edited. I think they went really far with the slow motions and the little details, and I think sometimes less is more, but I normally live for special effects, so I still loved it. I wanted more instantaneously. It was not enough. And then Dune was put on Amazon, so I rented it. I watched it again. No regrets. Love it. I almost started reading that, but then I stopped myself because, you know, I have other things that I need to read. Hello. Want to give you a little update because I don't actually know. I don't remember if I said that I've started this. I feel like I had, but I'm not sure now. So I have started a psalm for the Wild Build in audiobook because they actually had it on script, which was great. I literally have like 7 minutes left, so I really should have finished it before updating you. But here we are. This is actually like my least favorite. Like, I mean, it's still fine. I like the idea behind it. Huh?
We're both negative on the COVID test.
It's basically about a person, they're also non-binary, go through a little bit of a life crisis. They decide to leave the city and go into this adventure of finding something that brings them joy and purpose. Purpose is a big part here. And then they decide to leave even that place and go into this wilderness where they come across a robot. And robots in this in this universe kind of like stood up and left the humanity one day. They decided they don't want to do anything with us, and we were fine with it, and everything was very civil. But nobody really heard from them again, so it was really kind of weird. But this one came out to find people and see how they are, what they want, if they need any help. And they come across our traveler, obviously. And I think my favorite part was the very last chapter. We talk about religion and the way that was addressed. I quite liked purpose, whereas the human is arguing that we do need a purpose and we're different, and there's like a driving factor and it's very important. And the robot is saying that no, it's life, like everyone is just living, you don't have to have a purpose, you can do whatever and still be just as valid. So I enjoyed that part of conversation. But I just found it quite dry. Bear in mind that this is one of my absolute favorite authors. I know exactly what type of writing to expect. I thoroughly enjoyed the other books I read. Like, I can't really say like, oh, this was like too slow, but it really was. It was, and I'm not talking action-wise, even like mentally, it just felt a bit draggy. I really didn't have that much fun. And obviously I'll finish it. I have 7 minutes left. But yeah, I just wanted to update you. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I am very excited to continue with the Wayfarer series because I still have 2 books in that left. But as their novellas go, I actually prefer the other one, like To Be Thought Fortunate, so much better. I mean, this was not terrible. It's probably like a low 3-star, but for me, as one of my favorite authors, it is worse. Still kind of an update, but it's fine. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Logan has costochondritis. He's stealing my brand! He's coming for my brand! Festive cat, number 1. And a very, very snug festive cat, number 2. Hello! You wanna say something? Nah. Too late. I've just unboxed a couple of things while I unwrapped it, and my camera was not recording, so great stuff. But I was about to say, I know some stuff under the tree is like 100% from you guys. I have exchanged gifts with Cody already. Won't be showing that, but so sorry. Okay, so the first one was In My Dreams I Hold a Knife from Vanessa, and her message was Merry Christmas, G. May these days be extra bright and gentle to you. Always grateful for your content. Much love back to you. Also, thank you for the gentle wishes because those are always appreciated. But this is a book that's like a thriller about a group of people and one murders another and then they don't know who it is. But I've heard, I know it sounds very generic, but I've heard really good things about it from people that have similar tastes to me. So I'm actually really excited to get to this. And then we had 2 books from Steph. Merry Christmas. I have this one on my TBR for December still, but looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Steph. And she got me the other book by Christina Lauren. I've read in the Holidaze and quite enjoyed it, but I've heard that this one's kind of better and more wholesome. It's called Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. And then the next one is The Hating Game, and this one is primarily because the movie just came out, but I have to stay true to my like reader's route and read the book before I watch the movie. Okay, now you're caught up, so we're back to the normal. This one is from Erin. Here's to more 5-star reads in series that may or may not ever be finished. Nice. That's the second book to Lies of Loch Lamora. This one is called Red Seas Under Red Skies. I am aware the series is not finished, but I've recently read Lies of Loch Lamora. If you've not seen the video, it will be linked down below, or it's the last video, or maybe not. I'm not sure. It's the one that I read my friends' recommendations, basically. And it came out as 5 stars, which is very rare in the G house. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna be reading it. I'm probably gonna be reading it with Logan, I'm assuming, because you really liked it as well.
Yep.
So not sure when the stars will align, but very excited, and I love these editions. It'll match my first one, so thank you very much, Erin. And then we got... Ooh, this one's from AJ, okay. It's a personal message, so I'm not gonna read it out, but right back at you. Oh no! Oh no! We have Red seas under red skies. The timing of opening that as well.
Double Book Supreme.
Double Book Supreme. Thank you so much, Adrian. This is absolutely a great gift. I think it's actually funny because I had doubles of Sword of Kagan, and I think it was also Adrian Aaron on the same book again. I'm not quite sure. I like regifting, so I might regift this to someone else who can also enjoy it. I might just buy the first one to match, because why not? Spread the cheer. Thank you so much, AJ. Next up, we got Lauren. Merry Christmas, G Drive. That's just how she calls me. And I hope you have an amazing one. Thank you, Lauren. Okay.
You have a car now, so you are now G Drive.
I do G Drive. She sent me an embarrassment of witches, which I've actually heard a lot of great things about. It's a beautiful style. It's apparently kind of like a, if I remember correctly, it's like kind of like a little bit of like a piss take, like a humorous read, and I'm really excited. It's very modern type of stylized comic, and I'm really, really excited for this. Look at how funky the cover is as well. Another one. This is from AG again. Hope these come in the nice matching hardcovers. Ooh. So this is maybe gonna be the first in the series. Use do not. The Republic of Thieves. Yeah, book 3 and oh, I'm so unknowledgeable. Book 3 in the series. So that's great. Now I have, well, no, it's not. I see, originally I thought it was a trilogy, but it's not. But now I have all 3, so that is amazing. Then we also had the duel game. It came separately, but I have a suspicion this is AJ as well. Last year he gifted us the Dungeon Mayhem card game, and we actually been playing it throughout the year. It's been a great hit, so I'm very excited to play this one as well. And obviously it's called Duel, so I'm pretty sure you can play just the 2 of you. Yeah, it's literally, I think you can only play just the 2 of you.
Duel. It's time to duel.
Prepare to die.
My deck has no worthless cards. Kaiba.
And then I have a gift from Ashley. It comes in this beautiful wrapping. It's really, really pretty. A little chest. Oh my god, that's so cool. Wait, this is like a little spyglass thing. I can spy on all my neighbors now. Wait, does it actually work? I can't use it with my glasses, I don't think.
Correct.
No, I don't think so. This is so cool, and it will match my aesthetic really well. Thank you so much, Ashley. This is really, really pretty. Oh, she literally said that it will go with other, like, your other shelf decor. It will. Okay, this one was not actually sent for Christmas, but I have not opened it before on camera, I'm pretty sure. But this was from Adriana. It was for my YouTube anniversary, so this was in September. Thank you for bringing magic to us every single day. Oh, well, every single day is definitely not correct currently, but... And she sent me the You and Me on Vacation, which again, I've heard so many great things, so I'm very excited to read this, and also the other book by this author. Have another thing from Lauren. Hope you have an amazing one. Apparently BTS recommended this book, so naturally had to claim it from your wish list. Ooh, I think I know which one is gonna be then. Yeah, it's the Kim Jong-born 1982. Apparently it's a really, really impactful and really interesting, I would say it's probably a novella. So it raises questions about endemic misogyny and institutional oppression that are relevant to us all. Very excited. Thank you very much. And then we arrived to the last one, which is Enjoy Your Gift. All the best for December, from Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. This is The Unkindness of Magicians. I've heard again. Who's gonna be surprised? Great things about this one. Obviously, ooh, it's white underneath. On the back it says she breathed in. Sydney was all at once an entire forest. She was root and leaf, dirt and sky. Green and spring were blood in her veins, air in her lungs. She was between one heartbeat and the next, all of magic. It's like a very surreal read from what I remember people saying, and I'm excited for it. Well, that's quite a haul. Thank you so much everyone who sent anything. You, again, really didn't have to, but it's very sweet and generous and kind of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is obviously not Christmas you're watching this on, but I hope your Christmas, if you did celebrate, was great. I guess I'll update you whilst I'm here. I finished the novella, and I honestly think it could have just been an essay. The last couple of, last literally 2 chapters were good. Everything else was just unnecessary, I feel, which is a bit sad, but I get I like the idea, I like the point they were, making. So that was all good. Yeah, not my favorite. We're going on an adventure.
Huzzah!
A tiny adventure.
Huzzah! Onwards!
Come in from the darkness, don't let it stay too long. Let go of the ego, it's harder to feel alone. Beyond your defenses, there is a life to hold. You're missing these moments and they won't come back, you know. We're lost in the eyes, giving old alibis, breaking bones, telling lies, letting go. We're lost in the eyes, giving old alibis, breaking bones, telling lies, letting go. Letting go. You're losing your patience, there is a price to pay. It's all
Hello, I once again come to you disheveled. Started my last December read, and I have to read it by the end of middle of Sunday, because that's when the book club is for. We are just gonna pray. Reading would be more sufficient and efficient. That's just not been happening. I'm having a really hard time getting into it. I don't know why. That being said, I feel like I've not really given it a proper go yet, so that's hopefully gonna happen later today. This is a big book. This is just a jacket, but this is a big book. Been listening to it on audiobook a little bit whilst I was doing some stuff that I could listen to on audiobook through. I am currently on just finishing up chapter 4, so really not far. I think I looked into physical because I will continue physically because I need to, because I think some stuff is hard to understand. Well, I was hoping for Skyrim vibes, and I think I'm gonna get them. I just need to like really get into it, but it is a little bit confusing, which I knew. Good morning. Woken up earlier because today's the last day. I have a lot left, so you know, not panicking or anything. I am on page 170, so I'm making progress. Well, yesterday I was making progress, but I was also doing pretty much anything instead of reading this book. I was forcing myself to get to read this book, but then I also simultaneously was trying to find things I need to do to not read this book, which also is just not a great sign. I'm not hating it though, and I enjoy one of the perspective like way more than the others. I'm not gonna lie, with the other two perspectives sometimes about what the point is, like what their motivations are. So, you know, in conclusion, I am dumb, but I want to continue. I want to see what happens, and I want to finish this. I'm listening currently at a 2.5 speed. Went to the beach and I thought like, oh, you know what, it would be very atmospheric to be on the beach reading about like kind of like a sea Norse setting. I didn't listen to the book though. We were just having a little walk, but I have finished it in time. Woo! And now on the 2nd of January, but still pretty happy about the fact that all of my December TBR is now finished. This did come as 3.5 stars. I don't actually even know if I ever told you what this is about. This is the world where the gods have perished, but there remain people who are kind of related to them, kind of like children. They also have their abilities, but because the gods were quite hated, because the gods were trying to ruin the whole world, the children of the gods are also not really beloved. So of course there's people hiding the facts and like being sold and whatnot. And we follow a couple of characters that were, I think the world building and the mythology really carried this book. There were some really interesting creatures that also spoke and had agency, which was really interesting to see. I like the magic system. I thought that everything was laid out pretty clearly, even though without going into too much depth of that. However, I do think that it took us way longer to get to care about the characters, because this is a very much like adventure action book. There's not a lot of breathing space where we just learn about the characters. So I cared about Orca from pretty much the very beginning because her timeline was the easiest to follow. Then Elvar, and then lastly Varg. And for Varg, it was definitely at the very end. So because of that, my intrigue was consistently very low. And if not for the deadline of having to finish this book, I can guarantee you it would have dragged on for weeks. I'm very happy that I did have the deadline to read this by. And I still had a good time, and there's something that's revealed at the end, something comes together, and it actually made me want to read the second book, provided that there's not any more characters added, because we only have 3 POVs, but we have such a massive cast of characters. And when I was talking to the Patreons, they also agreed that it was very hard to actually separate them because we never really go too in depth into any of their backstories. That pretty much also includes the main characters. I found it to be quite repetitive and a little bit dragged out in places, even though it is a lot of journeying. So there's a lot of like description and also action scenes, but I did enjoy the writing style as well. Like, it would have, I think, bothered me more if I didn't. But yeah, it is done. It is 3.5 stars. The next book comes out in April. I will see if I remember enough at that point to continue, but yes. I'm gonna wrap this up here because I am kind of cautious of how long this is going to be. Hopefully not too long. But before I wrap up, I really want to extend the warmest of welcome to people who have either just joined a Moonwatcher and above tier, or have come back, or have upgraded. So the warmest of welcome to Mariah, Tabitha, Julianne, Alicia, Roz, Maxine, Jessica, Simone, and Ellen. Thank you guys so much. I am very excited to send you your mail soon, and hope you have been enjoying this phase, or if you're new, hope you enjoyed this phase, and I'll see you there soon. But for everyone else, thank you so much for watching as well. Let me know how your December has gone down in the comments. Have you read anything that made it into like the best of the year list? I'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!